I have a very easy recipe here for cheese scones and a top tip to really bring out the flavour of the cheese, to take your baking from ordinary to spectacular. So stay with me and I'll show you how to make them. Hello, my name is Helen and a very warm welcome to my channel. Scones or scones, depending on how you say the name, which is right. I always say scones, I don't know why, but I've always have. Whichever way, they are always popular and come in a variety of flavours. The ingredients that you'll need are 225 grams of self-raising flour, and I've sieved this, 50 grams of grated cheddar cheese plus a little bit extra for the topping, 50 grams of butter, 150 ml of milk plus extra for brushing the tops before they go into the oven, and in here I have half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of dry mustard and a good pinch of cayenne pepper. So the top tip here is using dry mustard in this recipe gives a distinct tangy flavour. The cayenne pepper produces just a little bit of heat in the mixture to give it that kick. So these two things take your recipe from being ordinary to spectacular, and this is what makes the difference. So I've already said that I've sifted the flour, and now I'm going to add the remainder of the dry ingredients to the flour, and I'm going to sift those in as well. And then just mixing those ingredients together. I'm now going to add the butter. You don't have to have the butter very soft for this. It's actually better if it's slightly colder. So I'm rubbing the butter in with my fingertips until it resembles fine breadcrumbs. So I'm going to add the milk now, and I'm going to use a knife to mix it together. I find that this is the best thing to form the dough. Making a well in the centre and then pour in the milk and then start mixing. And I'm going to roll it out on a lightly floured surface, but I'm going to try not to handle the dough too much because it doesn't need any kneading or anything like that. And then tip out the dough. I'm going to be using this rolling pin, and I find it very, very useful. I've done a separate review on it and it came from Amazon. So if you're interested in buying a really good rolling pin, I'll leave a link below for you. So I've rolled the dough out to about 2 centimetres in depth, and I'm using a small cutter to cut the rounds, and I find it useful to just put it into a little bit of flour before you use it, and it stops it from sticking. I'm going to brush the tops of the scones with milk, and another top tip for you, I use a silicone brush because it's easier to keep clean and it's fine to put in the dishwasher. The scones now need to go into a preheated oven, 230 degrees C, 210 fan, gas 8, for about 10 minutes or until they are well risen and golden. These look so good, the smell is mouth-watering, and look at that. I was going to say leave them cool on a tray, but there is no way that I can contain myself. The scone is calling for butter and to be eaten. That is absolutely delicious. The cheese is really tangy and it's light and fluffy. That is a really, really good bake. I said I would take baking from ordinary to spectacular, And here is the proof. I hope I've inspired you to have a go at this recipe and come on back to see what I'm baking next time. Bye!